G'day everyone. Since last month's update, we've had Christmas, New Year, and some holiday time to work on some models. So I'll give you a bit of an update of what I got done. Firstly, the Toyota sports car, because this is the model I'm building at the model club meetings. We've only had one meeting, so there's only been a bit of progress on a few parts and some clean up there. So not much to report on that one at this stage. Something that I did get finished though was the Monster Energy conversion. This started off as the satin black Bianchi 43rd scale Falcon, and that was just a case of putting the decals on. The wheels had to be painted, which I talked about in the last video, and the tyre decals turned up. So that's all come up pretty good. The decals did take a bit to settle down on the satin finish, but from a distance looks fine. And the gloss on the Monster Energy M's is just like on the real car, so pretty happy with how that all turned out. Also got to complete the Tamiya kit of the Coloni, and it's also come up pretty good in my opinion. I used for the first time the SMS paints. An acrylic lacquer, and these are Australian made, and had big issues trying to find out what the proper yellow was for this car. And when I found the SMS paints, I just sort of dreamt up my own ratio and got something that I think is pretty good. So a bit of mixture of yellow and fluoro. The car's mounted on a MDF base that I made up, and some washers to get the ride height reasonably good. But all up, yeah, really happy with how this one turned out. It's got SMS's 2-pack clear, which is bought in a kit. First time I used that as well. So yeah, nothing wrong with those paints. They come up well. So get them out of the way. So that's all from the updates from the first video. Since then, I have started another diecast conversion. This was just painted the other day and the masking taken off. It's going to end up being the Jack LeBrock Jonathan Webb car from 2018. From Sandown and Bathurst, I think they're pretty much the same. So that's all ready now for decals and reassembly. Still a bit of work to do on things. That started off as a Shane Van Gisbergen Red Bull car. Okay, that's the decal sheet for the truck assist, which will go on it. That's what a classic collectibles chassis looks like, and I'll be putting this on its own plinth as well, because the original box can't display it in the box. There's no plinth in there, so it's been marked out to be drilled, and a fair bit of work going to actually broke the window insert, but all of these markings have to be removed and new ones put on so that can all be assembled. I also used some of this Tamiya pink primer. I've heard that on red you should put this underneath it, so orange is close, so use that. Just get this out of the way. And the other, so that's progress. The other thing is this F16 Ferrari from 2009. Started working on this, and this is a really ugly Formula 1 car in my opinion, but made a fairly significant start. Still a lot of parts in here to be cut off, sprues and cleaned up, but have made quite a bit of progress with some of the main parts. The monocoque, for example, number of pieces in here. The gaps on some of these parts is really well engineered. Good close fitting. Nose cone's 2-part, so that's ready for a hit of primer to see how it's going. A number of these parts have been multiple pieces put together and filled if need be, ready for paint. Trying out the milliput on the sinkholes or the injection moulding holes in the floor. See how that goes. So that's the main project. So once again, I've got 3 things on the run, and we'll see where we get to for next month.